In this example, I'm going to show how to use MonoDevelop to create a custom GTK Sharp widget and how to use the widget in your application. What I have here is a very simple contact management application which has 3 fields, name, country and city, and 3 entries for entering that information. What I'd like to do is to use a more complex widget for entering the country and city, which allows me to not only type the text but also select from a list. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add a new project to my solution. It will be a new library. So I click on new project and I select new C# library. It will be my widget library. I have to click on GTK Sharp support because in this way MonoDevelop will add all needed references to my new project. I also click on widget library option. Okay, this is my new library. I'm going to add a new widget to the library. I click on new widget. This will be my selector. Okay, this is my widget. Right now is blank, and I can use the Visual Designer to create the widget by combining other more simple widgets. So I can drop here a box and an entry and a combo. So this is how my widget will look like. So let me correct these names, something more simple to use in the source code. So when the user types some text here, or the user will be also able to select some text from the combo box. This widget will have 2 properties. I'm going to add them in the class of that implements the custom widget. So the first property will be selection text, which will be basically the content of the entry. And the other property will be the list of options. I will have an array here for this. And I'm going to add a property for setting the value, and when the value is set, I'm going to update the combo. Okay, and this is another change I have to do. If the user selects a new value for the combo, it has to update the entry. So I'm going to bind here the combo changed event. So when the selection of the combo changes, I'm going to update the entry. Okay, and finally I'm going to add the public event, which will be selection, let's call it selection text change, and this event will be raised when the text of the combo changes. That means binding the changed event of the entry. So if the entry changes, it's going to raise that event. Okay, so that's all. Let me compile. Now let's go back to the main application. What I want to do now is to use that custom widget in my application, and for this I'm going to add, I have to add a reference from my main application to the widget library. So I click on edit references and I click on the widget library. So here it is the reference, And as you can see in the toolbox, I can now see my custom widget. So I can just drag and drop it to my window. If I go to the properties grid, I can see here my properties and set them. For example, the selection text for the country could be type here the country name, some default text, and I can also set the options like I can also set the options for that city selector. Okay, so I can also bind the event I created. So I can go to the signals tab and double click on the selection change event and bind here. Do something like well, just print to the console the value of the selector, which is my selector one.selection text. Okay, so that's all. Let's compile and try it. So if I do some change here, it is rising the event. I can see here the options I selected in the designer. Okay, I'm going to do a small change in my selector. I would like to add a button for cleaning the selector. So I'm going to add a new placeholder and add a button to it. It will be a clean button, clear button. So when the user clicks on that button, it's just going to set an empty string to the entry. Okay, now if I compile my solution, as you can see, the window is updated, showing the new shape of my custom widget. And now if I run my application, as you can see, there is a new clear. It's clearing the contents. It's working for both widgets. Okay, so that's all. Thank you for watching.